Welcome to the Free Rig Masterclass. And before we even get into the rig and how to fish it, the Free Rig is a Korean rig started in Korea by two Korean pros. And as a Korean, it's a little important that I say that, but here's how we fish it. The rig itself is pretty simple. It's almost like a Texas rig where you have a bullet sinker to an EWG hook, but in this case, we have a free sliding drop shot sinker. For your worm selection, you can use pretty much whichever soft plastic you'd like, but for myself and for a lot of Koreans, we do like using a 4-inch worm like this, just a straight worm on the back. So why would we fish the Free Rig over the Texas rig? Well, with the Texas rig, because of that bullet sinker, it's really good at coming through grass and vegetation. However, it kind of limits whatever soft plastic you have on your hook. It's always going to have to be following the bullet weight around. Wherever that weight goes, that bait is going to go. However, with a Free Rig, because we have this drop shot sinker with an open eye, when I hop this line, you can see how this weight wants to naturally move forward. And in the water, what that means is that on hops of this bait, you're going to have this weight jump forward, and then your soft plastic is going to be behind it and is going to be allowed to be moving freely in that water, almost like a Carolina rig. And then you bring that bait up to your weight again, and then you hop it again. But also the Free Rig is a really great way to fish tight to cover. So let's say we're fishing docks and we have those legs of the dock going into the water. If we pitch cast our Free Rig to those docks, because of this sinker is heavier than the bait, when on slack line, this weight is going to want to fall straight down and your bait will have to follow that down as well. So you can keep this really close up to any kind of structure that you need to. Now, while the free moving weight on a Free Rig is its biggest strength, also its biggest weakness when it comes to setting the hook. For instance, when we're hopping this bait, right, this weight is out here in front of our hook. Bass eats this bait right here. We have all this space between the weight and our hook. It happens that if I feel this bite in my line, right, and then I go to set my hook, what's going to happen is this weight, all the force of my hook set is going to go into lifting my weight and not setting the hook. So how do we avoid that? When it comes to fishing the Free Rig, we can hop it, we can drag it, we can do all of that. But once we feel the bite, it's not one of those techniques like a jig where we're just going to quickly set the hook as fast as we can. Instead, when it comes to the Free Rig, you feel that bite, you're going to drop your rod tip first, and then you're going to lightly reel into it. You're going to reel up any slack in your line till you can feel that weight. And once you can feel that weight, and you kind of give it a few shakes to make sure we can bring that weight back to the bass's mouth and where that hook is, and then we're going to set the hook. It's kind of a 4-step process. When we feel the bite, so we're going to work it. When we feel the bite, we're going to drop our rod, we're going to reel into it, we're going to lift to make sure that weight is there, and then we're going to set the hook. Hopefully now you can fish a Free Rig. This is probably my favorite rig to fish and something that I always have tied on. What are you waiting for? Get out there.